Humans are already moving forward with plans to colonize Mars. Can you imagine yourself living there? Or have you ever imagined living on a more distant and harsher planet? Yes, because our bodies are not adapted to the local conditions, we have to wear spacesuits when we want to go out for a walk. However, as time goes by, the body will slowly change in order to adapt to the local environment. Hello everyone, what other wonderful characteristics can the descendants of the metal skin tentacles and tail colonists get? This is the Global Feels channel. Let's visit them and find out. The film officially begins. Mercury. First, let's start from the Sun and land on Mercury. Since this planet is closest to the Sun, it receives 7 times more radiation than the Earth. Mercury is like an oversized furnace. Sometimes all the metals on the surface will melt at temperatures as high as 430 degrees Celsius, and sometimes they will be forged at -180 degrees in the facility. Nothing can withstand such drastic changes. Even robots must be made entirely of very difficult-to-melt metals, such as peptides. To survive on such a planet, the colonists would have to grow a heat-resistant layer under their skin. Perhaps for this purpose, the soft and flexible human body would need to learn how to produce peptides. Then we would meet people on the road with very thick skin and a metallic sheen, like robots, with metal reinforcing their bones. People would become shorter and their torsos would become bulkier, because they would store a layer of fat, which would make them more resistant to the hellish temperature changes. On the other hand, Mercury's gravity is 38% of that of Earth, so the limbs would become thin and soft. By the way, don't forget to wear high-performance sunglasses when meeting local mutants outside. On Mercury, the sun will really burn your eyes, and the locals may have thick and large eyelids on their eyes, which is a natural protective armor covering their eyes. The conditions on Venus are even worse. The planet is also very close to the Sun and has a very dense atmosphere that absorbs heat. The colonists would be like being baked in an oven at up to 465 degrees Celsius and crushed by the strong atmospheric pressure from above. Under these conditions, people will gradually become shorter and stronger. When you see these people, you will feel like an alien colonist in a spacesuit, covered with thick silver skin, which is to reflect heat and radiation. In addition, in order to protect themselves, their bodies must also learn how to protect themselves from sulfuric acid. Because sulfuric acid is very abundant in the atmosphere, it is very difficult to cope with these conditions. After considering all these conditions, you will find that moving to Mercury and Crystal Star is definitely not the best decision. The situation on Mars is different. At this point in time, Mars, which is located near the Earth, is considered the most suitable place to settle. Elon Musk is ready to send the first colonists to Mars. What will their descendants look like? It is orange, and this is not caused by the endless sandstorms. The difference between Mars and Earth is that its ultraviolet rays are more intense, which will change the protective function of the skin. The simplest solution is to increase the intake of carotene in large quantities, because orange vegetables are very rich in carotene. Because of this, the inhabitants of Mars are destined to eat only carrots and green peppers as their staple food. Over time, excessive intake of carotene will cause the immigrant skin to turn orange. We will see many orange giants who are on a strict diet. They are very tall but very thin, like long rubber men. The gravity on Mars is 1/3 that of Earth. A person weighing 100 kilograms will feel like he weighs only 33 kilograms, which seems to be not bad. As the body grows longer, bones and muscles will begin to weaken, but the relative reduction in calorie consumption can save money on food. In addition, if you are tall, you can notice the strong sandstorms that often rage on Mars earlier, which is also good for your eyes. Mars has less light than Earth, so your vision will be better, and tears will protect your eyes from thick dust like glue. The farther you are from the Sun, the worse the situation will be. After leaving Mars, the next is Jupiter. Frankly speaking, this is not a planet suitable for colonization. This gas giant does not even have a solid surface. But let's assume that humans can establish colonies in the future in dense fog with poor visibility. You can't walk as usual, but must glide through the body cloud to move forward. Over time, the density of bones will decrease and your body will become shorter. However, muscle strength will increase so that it can withstand the strong atmospheric pressure of Jupiter. You should not be able to get to know the colonists well and ask them about their living conditions on the desert planet. Because in a gas-filled environment, any sound waves will be drowned out, so it is impossible to have a conversation in this place. Time passes slowly because you can't see or hear. Human ears and eyes will gradually degenerate. Saturn is no different from the giant planet next to it. This gas giant planet also has no solid surface. It is very cold here, and strong winds are constantly blowing, and even vibration is difficult. Because the average density of Saturn is less than that of water, we are likely to encounter colonists who look like jellyfish. Uranus. A day on Uranus is also not something to look forward to, because Uranus has a rotation period of only 17 hours. However, the planet tilts to one side in a strange posture, and it looks like it is rolling on the track. Therefore, on the side without sunlight, the night will last for more than a year and a half, and it will be very, very cold during this period. As the colonists gradually adapt to Zhou Zhao's environment, their night vision ability gradually improves, and their skin will become very thick and turn blue, looking like they are completely frozen to death. But don't worry, this is normal for them. These blue pigments can protect the residents of Uranus from some of the strong radiation. Neptune. Although Neptune is also a gaseous structure, there should be a solid surface somewhere inside. Neptune is slightly warmer than Uranus. But in any case, this is an extremely cold giant ice planet. Because the gravity here is stronger than that of the Earth, humans will feel heavier. However, due to the extremely strong winds on this planet, it is impossible to stand properly. If you want to adapt to such living conditions, what changes must the human body undergo in order to survive? For example, if you live on Neptune, the most convenient form is an amphibian with a streamlined tail, so that it can float through the gas layer of the atmosphere with strong winds. Pluto is a planet far away from the Sun. But for settlers, this is not the worst place. Under the ground formed by ice is an ocean full of water, which is also a living condition that humans need most. However, Pluto's gravity is so small that it is extremely difficult to stay on the surface. If you jump and dunk towards the basketball hoop on this planet, you should fly into space with the basketball in the next moment. Over time, the colonist's body will take on a pyramid-like shape, which is to maintain stability. Shaking hands with a walking miniature pharaoh's tomb must be a very wonderful experience. Outline of the solar system. After introducing the solar system, let's move on to the other side of the universe, to the exoplanets. Astronomers know of more than 5,000 extrasolar planets, and most of them are not very suitable for human survival. For example, there is a planet called Kepler-20b, which is twice the size of Earth and 10 times heavier. The gravity of this planet is 3 times that of Earth. In this world, humans will become shorter and stronger. The skin on the body is covered with thick armor, and the number of skin limbs is many. Can you imagine a pancake wearing armor with many legs? Although they are reluctant to approach us, this does not mean that these colonists will be ignored. Perhaps because of gravity, they can only crawl and roll slowly on the surface. In addition, these planets with elongated orbits may experience quite extreme seasonal fluctuations. When the weather is bad, people will hibernate or enter a state of suspended animation to prolong their lives. Distant exoplanets are diverse, and the possibilities for human evolution are absolutely endless, with alternative bonus black holes. However, at the end of your journey, we have provided you with some alternative rewards, that is, a black hole. According to scientists, there is nothing inside this strongest monster, and there is no strong gravity. In this case, there should be many places to build colonies. However, we will not be able to conquer this empty place and wait there for purification, because no one can cross the surface of the event world. The so-called event is the imaginary boundary of the black hole, where the monster's huge gravity will quickly stretch the human body and turn it into strands of spaghetti. For a black hole with a strong appetite, turning it into Italian cuisine is simply a waste of our precious time. Just like this, no matter which celestial body humans come to, they will face the challenges and possibilities of evolution. At this point in time, we can only imagine what kind of impact the conditions on distant planets will have on human size, but it is very interesting to imagine the various possibilities of human transformation. Thank you for your participation today. If you like this video, be sure to secretly like and share it on social networking sites with your relatives and friends. Thank you very much for watching, and look forward to the content of the next video together. Goodbye.